All right, so we're official, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the kind of spontaneous, last minute, and quick shot in the arm. The Floral Strategies presents our Holiday Bootcamp Sampler. It's a sampler because there is a full 1 hour program that we did that covers a little bit of everything, but we're all going into a very new and different Christmas experience. So we wanted to try to give you a couple of bits of guidance, some ideas, and some help. Many of you are new to us. You maybe joined us through a Facebook group or came in through another avenue. So that's exciting. And we want to try to explain ever so briefly to you who we are and what we do. And fingers crossed, I tried this before, fingers crossed this is going to work. I have a quick, like a 40-second, not even 40-second, I think it's a 30-second video. Let's see if this is going to play.
My name is Kim, owner of Main Street Flower Shop in downtown Hiawatha, Kansas. We are a small town, and when I heard about Tim's Floral Strategies, I was somewhat skeptical, and I really didn't want to spend the money at this time, but I thought, well, why not? So we took his course, and we saw immediate results. We are actually totally blown away. Works very, very well. Highly recommend it, and don't hesitate, just do it.
Okay, told you it was gonna be short and sweet, but I really appreciate getting feedback like that because we can tell you up and down, left and right what an amazing job we do, but when you hear that from one of your peers, especially somebody who's in a little tiny town, the population of her town is under 5,000. I think it's really inspiring and motivating for people to realize that education pays. So again, for those of you who haven't worked with us before, that's me. My name is Tim Huckabee. I have been in the floral industry for nearly 30 years. For about 23 years now, I've been running Floral Strategies. And what we do is unique. We're the only company in the world who teaches the retail and the wholesale end of the business best business practices. We've got about 7,000 individual companies that we work with, including Kim's and hopefully yours at some point in the near future. And what we teach is how to sell better, how to give better customer service, how to run your store better. Having spent the better part of the last 23 years visiting flower shops on 5 different continents, believe me, I have accrued a very interesting bag of anecdotes and quite an interesting list of best practices, things that I see stores all over the planet doing to make them most profitable, most efficient, and most prosperous. Also, Don, who is our education coordinator, who will be joining us later for Q&A, and I regularly talk to flower shop owners, and sometimes there's a little bit of confusion about actually who we are and what we do and how we're structured. So I just want to clarify, take this opportunity to remind everybody we're totally independent. I have no affiliation with wire services. We don't take money from any organizations. We are 100% standalone, very, very small company, probably the size of many of your flower shop staff. And the only way that we get funded, the only way that we stay in business is by providing education, providing a service, and you support us by paying for our expertise. And what we want to impress upon you is that when you do purchase training from us, you have amazing results like Kim did, and I'm proud to say all of our customers will share. And doing that is going to help to keep us here for another 23 years, producing programs like this and even more that we'll be launching next year. So let's get to the heart of why we're together. We want to give you a couple of ideas about heading into the Christmas season. And the 3 critical components that every flower shop owner that we talk to is thinking about and asking us about is, what do we do on the phone? What should we be doing on the web and the store? And I realized that 3rd component of the store is it's completely up for grabs. I literally just finished a workshop with a flower shop in northwestern Arkansas, and they said they've got a 1,700 square foot store, but right now, because of COVID, they've cut their floor space in back, and obviously by extension, it means you're limiting your foot traffic. Nevertheless, as long as you are still operating and getting some foot traffic, there are a couple of things that we can guide you on that will help to optimize that. So we'll start with talking about the phone, and my best advice, short, sweet, simple, and effective, is to offer price ranges. Too often I call a flower shop and I'm told, arrangements start at, or this is priced at, and that's it. And if you only give a customer a single price, you're going to you're literally going to limit what you offer them. But if you offer what they can spend rather, but when you offer a price range, they will spend more. So hearing that a smaller range is priced from 50 to 75, gosh, we could spend 2 hours talking about the psychology behind it, but essentially customers often don't want to be at that lowball price, and they're going to take themselves up a little bit. And I look at it in terms of the bigger picture. If you have customers who will inch themselves up from 50 to even 60, that adds up. That adds up to lots and lots of money. What a price range does is it helps the customer to understand that they can spend more, and you're kind of giving them the green light to do that. Any of you who have had me in the store, any of you who have gone through our Floral Confidence workshop, know that, both from the way I've taught it and your experience with it, is that when you give them a price range, they will spend more. And my feeling and experience is that it educates them that it's not just a single price. There is a way of making this gift, whatever it is, a little bit more special, a little bit more impressive, maybe a little bit more impactful to the eye. Now, everybody typically agrees with me on this, but the conundrum is, okay, what do I do once I've given the customer a price range, 50 to 75, like you see on the screen, and they don't give me a price? Do I offer to split it in the middle? Do I type the highest price on the computer? What do I do? It's very simple. Educate customers and say to them, for example, at the 75, or the closer we get to the 75, I can add more flowers for a fuller look. The customer hears that, they understand that, and my experience is that they will come back and give me a dollar amount. Whatever dollar amount that is, I'm always going to validate it. I'm going to say perfect, or she'll love it, or great choice. And be creative in terms of how you're helping them to understand what that additional money means. If you're selling poinsettias, you're going to give them a couple prices. At the higher end, I can place it in a decorative container. We can add a bow. We can upgrade it. But it shouldn't just be that poinsettias are only 50. Give them a chance to spend more, and they will. And apply this with all of your phone sales. Another really simple, easy way that you can increase the level of service that your customers will get and add more money to your bottom line is by selling add-ons. And in FloralStrategies speak, they are called finishing touches. And I hear lots of reasons of why people don't offer them. Oh, I forget, or if a customer wants them, they're going to ask for them. No, that's not the case at all. And you've got to remember to offer them. And even when a customer is in the store, how many times have we had the customer literally staring at the balloons and ask you, do you have balloons? It's our job to educate them about them. And my proof to you of the customer's desire to buy these is just look at what happens when they shop on your website. Every flower shop that I've trained this year, we asked them the same thing. Do an analysis, run a report, and look at how many more these finishing touches are sold to your same customers when they shop on your website versus when they call or when they encounter your staff face to face. And everybody freaks out. And I say, don't freak out. Be inspired. That is proof positive that customers want these items. They want to personalize and embellish the sale. We just have to offer them to them. And I look at it this way. When I'm offering you whatever, be it a greeting card, a box of chocolates, a teddy bear, a velvet ribbon, I'm helping you to personalize the gift. I don't look at it as I'm somehow pressuring the customer to spend more. No. And the reason I have this mentality is because when you use the language I'm going to introduce to you momentarily, the overwhelming response that you will hear from a customer is gratitude. So in other words, funny enough, they're actually thanking you for letting them spend more money. And people say to me, oh, but it's so busy and I can't do that at the holidays. Get over yourself. It takes about 15 seconds. I'm being gracious here and saying 30 seconds, but it takes about 15 seconds. And nobody's in that much of a rush that they can't find the time to do that. And the language is simple. After I sell you the main item, I'm going to simply say, as a finishing touch, I can add a big velvet bow to grandma's poinsettia. They're only $5. Customer will say yes, the customer will say no, but they can't buy it if you don't offer it to them. This is very gentle language. This is not a question. I'm not asking you, do you want to add it? I'm advising you that this is an option and that this is what we can do. And if you adopt this now and make this part of your culture heading into 2021, you will make thousands of dollars a month, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month extra, which of course means then you can call us and you can hire us to do the full training program with you. All right, the website. So we've seen lots happen with our website this year, and I do hope that you have a fully enabled e-commerce website. If you don't, you need to get on that. But there are 3 quick points I want to share with you, and these points are based on our work with our thousands of customers, feedback that I also hear from professionals, people who do SEO, search engine optimization, people who build websites, trends that they're watching. Number 1 is that what most flower shops are doing is skinnying down the number of options they're offering. And maybe you've already began doing that earlier in the year when COVID impacted your availability of flowers. But if you haven't done that already, do that for Christmas. The old thinking of having 75 different Christmas arrangements, you're just making yourself crazy trying to stock all those flowers, trying to have all of those containers. It's not worth it. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is stay away from really specific containers. And what I mean is that some of you maybe have already spent a fortune on wire service containers. See if you can sell those locally for delivery instead of offering on the web. The problem is, unless somebody's really monitoring the web, often you're going to sell out on the web quicker than you realize, and then you're backpedaling, you're making these apology calls. Furthermore, if somebody wants to have that delivered elsewhere in the country, my gosh, I went through Mother's Day trying to get some of these containers, orders filled with these containers, and it was a nightmare. So less is more. Stick with simple glass. You're florists, you're not ceramicists. Sell flowers, sell your creativity, sell a look, sell color, sell flowers. The other point, the third point is everybody probably has some kind of designer's choice option on their website. I worked with a flower shop in Texas a couple weeks ago who had gone to all designer's choice. And I wasn't a fan of that because I feel that customers want to see some kind of finished product, but you might want to step up your game and think about offering more more designer's choices or open orders options in different parts of your website, not just on the homepage, but maybe in each category, and really promote the idea of, hey, we're the experts, we're the pros, leave it up to us, we know best. Another point about the website is this: more is more. And this gorgeous design on the left is from one of the flower shops that we work with in the heart of London, England, called Neil Strain. This particular design that you're looking at is converted into dollars, roughly $450. Now, I'm not saying that you should be offering $450 designs on your site, but maybe you should. The point is, customers can't spend big if we don't let them. And if you have a standard wire service website and you're letting them populate all the images, reach out to us. We've got some deluxe, some really high-end Christmas imagery that was professionally shot. And you want to give customers a chance to spend more, because this year, unlike others, we all know what's going to happen. They probably won't be going to visit grandma. This becomes the de facto Christmas gift. So let's give them a chance to spend more money. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's finally, third point, talk about what you can do differently in your store. And I'm a big fan of welcoming customers robustly and kind of setting the tone for the dynamic of the wholesale. And rather than kind of the standard traditional welcome to Tim's Flower Shop, how can I help you? I'm sure you deliver it with a little bit more excitement than that, but here's what I like to do instead. Engage the customer and ask them flat out, what holiday gifts can I help you to choose? And that opens a conversation where you can show them around the store if the store is that big, or get into a conversation and find out, are they just local? Do they need to send out of town? But that idea of asking flat out, what holiday gifts can I help you to choose, sets a tone, puts you in the driver's seat. The other thing that I like to do is tell them about what are my favorite items or popular items. People always want to buy what's popular. People want to buy what other customers are buying. So when you say this is a very popular design, or this is one of my favorite designs this year, it kind of makes almost everything else go dark by comparison, and you're really kind of leveraging that position and hopefully helping to move out product that you want to move out. And remember that when you're talking to that customer face to face in the store, you still can't assume that they're going to notice your chocolates or that option to add that velvet bow or to include a SpongeBob SquarePants Christmas balloon. Gosh, I hope that doesn't exist, being facetious. But have that same conversation face to face and say to a customer, oh, as a finishing touch, if you look on that wall, we've got some beautiful ribbons. We can add that to the plant. Or as a finishing touch, if you notice behind you, we've got some wonderful, deliciously made local chocolate truffles. A 5-piece box is just X dollars. So those are your marching orders. Those are 3 simple avenues that you can approach, make your holiday more streamlined, make your holiday more profitable. And believe it or not, we just went through 15 minutes. We've got lots more information, lots more tools, lots more tips to share with you, but that's all that we have time to cover today. But I do want to give you a chance to ask a question. Right now, everybody is muted. If you do have a microphone, if you're on a laptop or if you've dialed in, if you want to click on the little icon that looks like a hand, you can raise your hand and Don will unmute you. If you don't want to talk, if you're a wallflower, pun intended, you can type a message in the chat box and Don will read that and I'll answer that to you, answer your question as well. We'll give you a moment to do that. Don, if you want to unmute yourself and just let everyone know who you are.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Don Walstead, and I'm the education coordinator over in Tim's office. Many of you have talked to me on the phone, and many of you will be talking to me on the phone. So hello and happy holidays to everyone.
All right, so Don, I'm going to continue and just go the next page, but just keep an eye out if any messages come in or anybody wants to unmute and ask us a question or make a comment directly, or for that matter, maybe you've gone through the training recently and you want to share a success story to keep others or get others motivated. By all means, do so. So here's
Tim,
what we recommend.
I'm sorry, Tim, before you continue,
yes.
I don't have you've not enabled the question window for me.
Sorry, give me a second.
Okay.
All right, there you go. All right, let's talk about what's next. So a couple of things. First of all, we do encourage you to call us, reach out. We're running promotions for the end of the year. Our calendar is filling quickly. We can get you on our calendar for January or February, and maybe you could be the next Kim making a recording for us. We also have, really excited about this. This is going to be our 10th annual Valentine Boot Camp. Hands down, this is our best-selling webinar of the year. We introduced it in early January, a good solid month in back of Valentine's Day. And let's be very candid, this Valentine's Day is going to be very different. Our tagline for Valentine Boot Camp 2021 is new challenges and exciting opportunities. Just because it's on a Sunday doesn't mean it can't be a blowout holiday, and that's what we're planning on, and everyone that we're talking to is planning on as well. Do reach out to me if you want to talk to me directly. You can email me, and we have over 4,500 flower shops from around the world in our private Facebook group. It's called the Idea Exchange. It's very different from all the other Facebook groups out there. Don and I are actively in it every day, and we keep it positive and upbeat and happy and encouraging. There's no politics. There's no belly aching. There's no name calling. It's just a big old floral love fest. So we do hope that you will join us there. Don, any questions? Any comments come in?
Nope, not seeing any so far.
All right. Well, we will follow up with everybody. We do want to talk to you about educational opportunities. We want to give you further advice and guidance to make your holidays even more profitable and more efficient. So thank you for your time. I hope that we left you inspired and enthused and on your way to making lots more money this Christmas. We'll talk to everybody soon. Have a good holiday. Thank you much.